welcome back once again, and we're going to be looking over, if I can find him, Astro Syndicate. Going to be playing Thor this game, and this game is a 42-minute game. He goes 9-8-18 in it, so he does quite a lot in this game. Now it is a loss in this game, which is very interesting, especially with that sort of scoreline of 9-8-18. It looks like he was involved quite a lot. Silver 3 at the moment. How do you think you played? I think I played fairly well, but I feel like I could have made a few better plays. Well, we'll see. What aspects of the game did you struggle with? Probably when to be the aggressor. What aspects of the game did you feel comfortable with? I think I have a good understanding of Thor, but I could be better. That's always the best sort of attitude to have, though, is wanting to be better, even if things seem to go pretty well for yourself. Let's see how this game plays out. So, we're not going for boots, we're going to go for the Hog 2. Now, going for the Hog 2 is fine. It means you're going to be up more often to wave clear. And with that 60-second cooldown, it means you're going to be able to clear your jungle camps a little bit quicker if you need to. On top of that, it also means that you're going to be able to clear more effectively, but you're going to lose a little bit more mobility in your boots, at least during the early stage. So hopefully we get good usage out of this Hog 2. I want to see it used pretty much every time it's off cooldown to make sure it's worthwhile. And we still don't use Hog yet. We didn't use Hog there, which you should have done. You should have used Hog on that camp, just to clear it quicker and get it off cooldown a little bit faster. So already at the start, you probably made a bit of a misplay with your Hog there overall. Nothing too fancy though. Not looking to spam mana out, which is fine. You don't have to spam mana in this situation. Good poke there, managing to catch that Arachne through the wave as well. You're eating a little bit of poke back though, so that trade is technically over with, but you've got a health potion to sustain for now. Your Hog's going to be back up already. You could Hog this minion wave, ready for the next one. This is the last minion wave you should be looking for now, before leaving this lane. But you've been pushed into tower. Clear those minions. Will we stay for one more wave? Hashtag one more wave. It looks like we're hashtagging one more wave. Throw the double tap out of Arachne. Go and 3 this mini wave or Hog it and get it over with. You're very, very passive in the early stages. You're not putting out much poke. And you're losing 3 minions to the tower again. Now we should be leaving. We should be leaving now. We should be left by now. That's good. Finally we leave. So, into the jungle we go. We can Hog this camp. Notice how we bought Hog 2 at the start here, Astro, and you've only used it once so far. You're not making good efficient use of this Hog 2 that you've picked up. You could have hogged some of these minion waves already. You should have also probably been rotating quicker, which means your jungle should be on full cooldown now. Instead of your red buff still being up. And now you're waiting around for the mid camps, you're going to get these fine. Spin on those next time and then Hog to get them down quicker so you don't waste as much time. You do hit level 5 now, but you've still not done your red buff just yet, which means you've left stuff in your own jungle. This is a good rotation. I love this rotation from you here. You might be able to get a pick here. Great dunk. This is all good stuff for now. Double tap. Okay, what could we have done better? Now with Thor, Thor's generally one of these that I'm not super confident on exactly which skill order should be perfect. But what we can look at is the fact that when you land with this, you're going to do a 1.5 second stun. This only does a 0.8 second stun at rank 1. So when you come in for this gank here, you double tap all your CC in one go. What you probably should have done is broke it up a little bit, because you should have expected him to try and do something. Now you know he's not got ultimate, so we can't use that. So the only thing he's really got to escape is the portal and the threshold. So when you dunk down here, this was perfect. Now, take into account, it's going to take a little bit of time for your team to collapse. Instead of doing straight into the Titanic Rift here, you could spin on his face. If you spin on his face right now, what you should find, without doing that, he was already stunned. You just engaged the stun a little bit longer. If you spin on him, by the time the spin ends, this portal would have come out because he's scared of everybody else coming. Then when you land, you can wall, cut off his angle of escape, and everybody would be able to pick up the free kill because he's used his portal, he's used everything. In the end though, he managed to get back to tower range, the double tap goes out well. That's just only a small thing you could have changed. We're still not done red buff just yet, but your Hog's back available, you're going to go visit this, but you've still not done this red buff the whole game. It's wasted experience. You stayed in lane a little bit too long. 130 should be looking to leave the lane. Good decision to soak experience on this side. Steal away the blue buff. This is nice as well. And the red buff. Oh, nice rotation. Be careful about using the hog so early on these camps just because you don't know where they are. Like, their jungler could be coming over here for this buff right about now. So you probably want to save your hog till the end. I know it gets it off cooldown sooner, but you don't know where they are right now. This is a good invade. Now, one thing about the invade that I want to point out is that you're invading the jungle, and you've actually jungled this half of his jungle more than you've jungled your own half of your red buff side. You dropped their red buff before you dropped your own. That says something. It says you've not been using your jungle enough. Looking for an opportunity to gank. Good wall. We're disengaging now. Looks like we are. Double tap bit wasted there. You've not got that much damage unless you were going to go back in. Good spin. Good damage. Good wall. Nothing else to really follow up with. You're out of mana now. You could look at hogging this wave then back in. You're just going to back anyway. Okay. Notice you've still not done your red buff side. But now it's been done. I'm not sure who did it actually. We should quickly check that out to see who actually did it. Did Ra do it? Good old Ra did it for you. So you lost your experience in the jungle to your own team, which is okay because your teammate needed it. But you were very lazy on your rotation over to this side of the map, which means that you're going to fall behind. I don't know whether you've got a tendency to just like left-hand lane all the time because that feels where your focus is. It's working out okay, but at the same time, you should really be clearing your whole jungle. Good pressure. You forced out an ultimate. Back away now. Good juke of that ultimate as well. You got the rotation from that. That was nice. Farm up some more in mid. Need to farm a little bit more now.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower is under attack.
Bring that buff, then the blue buff. This is nice. You don't need to fight here just yet. But he was looking for the kill. You help pick up the kill there. Steal away that blue again. You do the cooldown of it. That was good. Take your own blue, bring that one down for the extra experience, good. Base, 2 health potions, 2 wards. Don't get as many health potions now, just the 1 should be enough before you have to base anyway. If you notice you're running out of mana before you're running out of health in most of these engagements. This is greedy. Greedy. Greedy, but you pays off, that's okay. I think I was trying to ult you there as well. Mid camps. You walled yourself into a bad spot there overall is the reason you died. And a little bit too aggressive in this. You've still, for the whole of this game, I'm just going to point this out, still the whole of this game, I've not seen you do this camp. Here. And I've not seen you do this buff. At all this game. That means you've not been on this side of the jungle whatsoever. You've only stuck to the other side. You're wasting a bit of experience by doing that.
Your left tower is under attack.
Back again, and we're going left one more time because everyone's up on left side. We're going to go right. We're going to go right. The dream! Right lane, 12 minutes in the game. You take a camp on the right hand side in your own jungle. You also weren't there for the red buff experience because Ra took it before you were there, so you missed that experience too. You should have probably got that. You saw those 2 walk past and you're just watching them. You need to wall these off. Good. Trying to do a double tap on both. You're not sure what to do. Don't be scared to throw out auto attacks there. Auto attacks are really underestimated on Thor, and they do a lot of damage. Bit of a crazy fight this one, honestly. You wait for your cooldowns to come up, it seems. And then in the end you just stun and try and walk away. You're going to have to hammer away now. You're not going to be able to because you're dead. What could have gone differently in this fight? Let's have a little look back. So right at the start, we'll go this far back because this is where it's important. You see the rotation. And right now, when you see this rotation coming in, there's 2 players stood on top of each other. One wall here stops this rotation in. It also gives vision to Ra that they're coming into the area, so he knows to back up, especially with him not having a tower. Just one wall here and a double tap will disengage this. Plus, with the double tap damage that you've got now that it's pretty much maxed, it'll do a lot in this engagement for you. It's only a mini thing, but wall straight away. Instead, you walk past him and be like, mid-camps make it. Hang on a second, there's trouble. Wall now. Like a wall here, again, prevents a lot of the damage. You kind of hesitate a little bit here, not sure what you want to do. And then the wall is just kind of like you're trying to hit both instead of just the one. You should have just rotated straight onto this Giannis. Stop trying to give a crap about Cumber. Cumber's too tanky. Just bring down the Giannis. He's the one you want to be focusing overall. Just spin in his face and deal the damage. Now you stick around waiting for cooldowns to come back up. And in the end, you wait for your cooldown just for the wall. instead of just disengaging straight away. You could have disengaged at any time with your hammer, but you just hung around and threw your life away to an extent. So, bit of a misplay. There was no reason to really fight there. There wasn't anything else you were really going to get out of it. Your team, Rara died, and you were left with Athena. Could you have killed Giannis? Yeah, but you kind of use your skills willy-nilly to an extent, trying to do too much with them, instead of just going for the base, so you lose pressure, and that brings you down. And we're back on again. We're talking a little bit there, walk into that wall. Or do something else. Go for the late engage. Great dunk. Don't necessarily need to do the wall straight away, remember that? You can always just go for the spin, then the wall afterwards. Or dunk, auto attack, wall, spin. There's another option. Get an extra auto attack in there for extra damage. Back to jungle a little bit more. Quick check in with the enemy jungler to see how you're doing in comparison. Well, you're a level ahead. Gold 6.5k, you're 6.9k, so you're beating the enemy jungler right now, which means you're having a bigger impact on the game, which is a good thing. But if you think about your own personal play, you could have got more out of it if you would have jungled your own side of the jungle a little bit more. There's a possibility for Giannis here because Athena was coming in behind right then. There was an opportunity here because Athena's rotating in as well. You could possibly try and focus on this Giannis, but you choose not to. Prioritising the farm this time around. So I'm okay with that. You're almost back up. Engagement on the right. Apollo's actually leaving. Don't go into that now. Don't go into that now. Don't go into that now. This is a bad fight. I don't think this fight is a good fight. Overall, it might work out in the end. If you're lucky. It does. It's 1-for-1 because Giannis comes over as well. Do you escape as well? Do you escape? Looks like you're gonna. Oh, this fight's going even better for you now. The re-engagement there was very risky. Like, if Apollo wants to make that play, you were full health and mana, you could do a lot of damage. You do pick him up, but as well as you do get off this one now, it's going to be important. That was a really nice damage on him. Snipe doesn't miss. Oh, that's a shame. We still got to chase. It's not worth chasing. Good decision to back out and not continue. Oh, the double tap of doom to the mouth. Eat that, Janus. I do believe that was awful. And now you're going to also pick up Arachne as well. That was nice. Jotun's online, this is still good. Maybe look at getting beads online now. Beads are going to be important. If you do get your beads online, it means you can stop the Giannis portal, you can stop the Mez coming out from Kumbhakana, which means you can still jump to your hammer. So, beads, always a nice pickup. Looking for a gank again. Where are we going on? Chunga. Good dunk. Wall straight after. Remember what we said about the wall straight after? Don't need it every single time. You can wait a little bit longer. Autos, autos, autos. Fantastic. Disengage now, maybe. We don't really need more than that. Just farm up the wave. Little note for you there when you left lane. These are just small little critiques now, but there was a whole wave of experience that you just missed because you left too early, looking for more kills. Try and soak up the experience. Get yourself further ahead. Good rotation in there. Great rotation in there. You really help out your team and help turn this fight around, honestly, with that rotation over. I'm glad you didn't do the mid-camps first. You should be looking at mid-camps now. Mid-camps, mid-camps, mid-camps. Yes, good boy. Or girl. I apologise if you are a female.
Got the killing spree.
Now we look at the Gold Fury. Gold Fury's going to go down. Don't be scared to use your hog early to help bring it down quicker. Soaking experience again. This is better farming now at these stages of the game, it seems. You're actually soaking up more experience.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your right tower is under attack.
Okay, now we stop and we think about this fight that you're breaking out into right now. We'll take an overhead view just so you can understand what's going on. You hung around here a very, very long time right now. But if you think about the situation you're in, it's a 3v2 scenario. There is nobody else in the area to support you for this fight. So this fight breaking out is not a good one. And you should not be hanging around as long as you have done for this fight. I think Rod just died is the reason as well. No, he's not. Did Apollo just die? Or Apollo was already dead. So at the moment, this fight... Where is Ra? I'm confused now. Oh, he's in the air, that's why. Okay, so it's a 3v3 scenario. And is it one of the best fights in the world to have? Well, not really. Ra was low in health, and if you look at the rest of the map, there's nobody else going to be joining this fight overall. that can make it here in time. Apollo was also dead, so if the rest of the team does turn up, then it's going to be a 4v5 fight maximum, because Apollo is still dead. Now Apollo could turn this fight around, but you should probably just back out a little bit sooner. Let's see how the rest of the fight plays out. I'm actually going to replay that back just a little bit, because I want to see just before what happens, because you're the one technically looking for some sort of aggression here. Like, Ra's backing away, and then you're going to try and zone. But then you hang. Once he's out, you hang. You hang and you hang and you hang and you hang and you hang. And what this does is it thinks Ra thinks you're going to engage, so he stays with you. And with Athena on the backside, he also thinks you're going to stay with you. But those guys are all focusing him. In the end, you don't manage to really do anything apart from just watch Ra die. Like, your wall doesn't connect, your spin to win gets pretty much no damage out because Anher juked it. And now you're in a 4v5 under the tower. Nice to try with the wall over the top. Alright, going for a re-engage. Oh, where are we going on? That was a really nice dunk. He's going to support the team. Focus on her, on her, on her, on her, on her. Don't care about Cumber, on her. Force him away. Unlucky with the double tap. You can throw a poke shot at Cumber too if you want to. Good decision to disengage back to your team now. You've done away. Wall, 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 wall. Please, wall. Latest wall in existence. Oh my god. You could have walled them both so quickly. If you walled them, they were definitely dead. Cumber's still going to die. And you trade 1 for 1, I think, in that fight overall. No, 2 for 1. Okay, didn't go too bad.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your team has destroyed your middle.
That was a good gank again. They were overextended and you punished them for it, which is really nice. We'll just watch this back again. In normal speed, hopefully. It was a good engage. It was a good turn up. They were overextended. It did go 1 for 2 though, I think, or 2. Yeah, 1 for 2. Autos, autos. Good job. Nice work. Still not got a second active online. We should really be looking at beads now, 22 minutes in. You're pretty much at the right sort of build. We'll be working on Medjai's next, I hope. But beads definitely needs to be picked up. Good damage onto him again, forcing the Arnis into a bad spot. This is pretty good work. Always be farming, that's what I want to see. This is a good fight. This is a good fight. You're going to try and support your teammate who's in trouble. That's the first thing we know about this fight. You're going to try and support him. You do have good damage because you've got the Shifter's Shield, and Apollo will be able to turn around and help. If he does turn around and help, this fight will go in your favour. The only problem is right now is you're in the air, and we can see this on your screen. You know we can see Anher coming up the lane as well. You also know that when you look at the rest of your team, you got Bakasura coming in range too. So you're looking at a 3v3 fight where Apollo's currently running, and it depends what you're going to do. What is your game plan going into this? Is it going to be a disengage, or are you just going to see how this one goes? That's the question. We'll see what you choose. So you went deep on this engagement overall. You're going to be on the backside, which means Apollo's probably dead, unfortunately, because she didn't land the ultimate. Good wall. Stay out of the jump down from Apollo because of the knock-up. Oh, you get away with it for the most part. Spin to win. Now Apollo runs into danger instead of towards his team. And now you're going to be in a 3v2 scenario, which is probably not going to go in your favour either. But so, oh, a 3v3 because Athena's here. The dream. Beads, speed, speed. See how beads would help you here? See how beads would have helped you here? Couple of times then beads would have come in handy, absorbed some of that CC. You could have escaped and kept dealing damage, or just lived, either or.
Your team has destroyed a right enemy tower.
So that fight does not go too great for your team. They're still chasing on for that last kill over there, overall. For this stage of the game, what can we discuss? Well, let's look over it. With how the game's gone so far, your early game was... Oops. Don't know why that happened. We'll just fix that. Your early game was pretty good. You were a little bit late leaving lane. You stayed for an extra wave of experience that you probably didn't need to. 1 minute 30 wave. When that wave has been hit by you, you hit every creep in that wave, you leave. You will still get the experience from moving. Taking Hog 2, you have to use more effectively in the jungle to make better use of it during the early stages. The mobility that you get from boots can help you out to transition the jungle quicker to soak up the experience. Hog 2 allows you to clear the jungle buffs quicker if used correctly whenever it's off cooldown. You could have used it in lane, and also when you're doing buffs with it, make sure that you save it to the end for most of the time, just so you can secure the buff. In your own jungle, not so much as a worry if you've got vision of the whole team, but keep an eye on that. During the team fights, pick your fights a little bit wiser. You could soak up a lot more experience than you have done, and also focus on both sides of your jungle, because you wasted a lot of your own jungle this game where you just left it to rot. You invaded them before you did your own jungle, so look at trying to make sure you soak up your own jungle experience as well. I think it was like 7.5 or 12 minutes before we first saw you go into your other half of the jungle, because you seem to focus left and lane for your speed buff so much. Make sure you soak both sides of it up. Ultimate ganks are pretty good. Just remember, when you're going down with your ultimate, spin to win when you land, because you've got 1.5 seconds to spin on them. Then you can look to wall afterwards, or at least dunk down, throw an auto attack or two, then use your wall, because using your wall straight after means it will take diminishing returns on that, and it won't last as long. On top of that, your stun on the Titanic Rift is only 0.8 seconds anyway, so by the time you've dunked 1.5 seconds, walled straight after that, you've used up pretty much all your stun before you start trying to spin or use your hammer to deal damage. So try and mix it up. Maybe you look for the dunk, auto attack, wall, throw a hammer, spin while the hammer's still going, and get all the extra damage off as well. Good luck in the games though. Make sure you buy actives as well. Your itemization build is fine, and your skill order is pretty much fine as well. Just soak up more experience in the jungle. I don't think there was any big issues with you. Overall, some of the engagements though, you have to change your mind as the engagement's going on. Like, when you see a fight breaking out, you need to realise whether or not it's a good fight to have. Is a 4v3 scenario? Are we ahead or behind? Most of this game you were behind, technically, with how the whole team was performing. So you probably shouldn't go for all those engages overall. But for the most part, keep going what you're doing, and hopefully you'll keep moving up divisions.